What's up, guys? Spark here, and it has been a while since I last talked to you. So today, recently I got my headset back. I've been running some tests on it to make sure it doesn't crash or do anything stupid. So now that that's all taken care of, I competed in the Avacyn pre-release last weekend, and wanted to show off my deck again. I did this last time I did a pre-release, and the results were relatively the same. I went 5-0. I lost 2 games the entire day, and um, I'll go ahead and do a analysis after I'm done announcing everything. Super Steve something was the winner of the contest. Let me actually check his Supersonic Steve 05. He has chosen to win the Poker Night at the inventory. I'm also going to give him a Dota 2 code and a few other codes that were sent to me. But thank you guys for sending me those. I appreciate it, and I'm sure that he will as well. Um, but if you want to check out the website, it is sparkplays.com. There'll be a link down in the description. And also, if you guys, I want you to tell me what you want to see me play. I'm probably going to keep playing Minecraft. I'm working on getting a Niapod on Magic Online. I'm just a few cards short of it right now, so I'm working on getting those. But if there's anything else you guys want to see me doing specifically that I've done in the past, or that you haven't seen me do and you want to see me do, just let me know. I'll get on that. But let's go ahead and start with what my pool looked like. I had, for those of you who don't know, the sealed is like 6 packs, and this is all the green that I opened in 6 packs. I can fit them in one hand easily and show you every card. That probably says you're not playing that color, even though I got one of the best cards in green. It says target creature you control fights another target creature. He's Lavamancer. Great card. Now, green doesn't have removal. He is removal. My white pool was really good. These are the white cards that did not make it into the deck. You're not going to be able to see most of them. So there's really no point in going too far into it. These are the blue cards that didn't make it into the deck. My red was really solid. I got 2 Thunderbolts, which are really good if you haven't seen it, and a Gang of Devils, which is also really good in the sealed. Black, relatively solid, but I caution anyone considering playing black in the set. I stomped every black deck I saw. I destroyed every black card that was played, and basically laughed the entire time. There's a few good removals. Deathwind is a great removal. It says X and Swamp. Target creature gets -X until end of turn. It's a good card. Barter and Blood. It's 4 mana. Each player sacks 2 creatures. So you obviously can't be very creature heavy in this set because a lot of things are sack creatures. So, and there really aren't the other powerful creatures that you want to play in black. There's a few Death Touch creatures and things like that. But that's enough for the pool. Let's actually get into the cards that I got. Well, there are 2 more red cards that I didn't play. Rite of Ruin and Reforged Soul. Didn't really make the cut, again, because I didn't play red. But there were a lot of fun tricks that I could have done in red. So I'm cautioning everyone that red and white are a great color combination. That was the only deck that I feared the entire day were red-white combos, because they can come off very fast with the human that gives all other attacking humans +1/+0, or when he attacks all other humans get +1/+0, that kind of stupid thing. But let's go ahead and take a look at what I got. So I organized this in the form that I would have in the Magic videos, where I go up the mana cost until the end. So we start with 1 Windcrafter. He wasn't really necessary for the deck. My concern was, again, the way that this deck was built. It's built for endgame and mid-game, preferably mid-game. but I do have a lot of endgame power just by tricks. Um, so my greatest concern was getting to the end game, and with the big scare, or with the, he's not a big scary creature. He's a 2/1, I think, or a 1/1, and becomes a 2/1 when he attacks. So this was guy who was just basically chump block, and that was it. He, for those of you who don't know what he does, he soul bonds another creature. Both creatures have flying. Um, Righteous Blow was another. I have two of them. Deals 2 damage to attacking or blocking creature. Obviously great against a very fast, aggressive early game deck. Um, Not so much good end game, but I didn't really see them end game, so I'm lucky there. Bladed Bracers, 1 mana to play it, 2 mana to equip it. If you equip it onto an angel or human, they have vigilance. This, if you are playing 1 human in your deck, should be in your deck if you open one. It is a good card because it gets +1/+1 no matter what. Vigilance is good enough to have 2 mana, creature gets +1/+1 in vigilance. Good card. Here's my other early game defense. Moorland Rangers, or the Moorland Inquisitors. They get pay 3 mana, they get first strike. I think I paid it once. It's just kind of a threat there. You keep the 3 mana open, people are afraid to attack into it. You know, good enough. I think I paid it once when someone attacked with the first striker, made me waste 3 mana. That kind of thing. Zealous Strike, +2/+2, gauge first strike until end of turn. Good both early game, late game, mid game. Good card all around. Peel from Reality. You're going to look at this and say, return target creature you control and target creature you don't control to their owner's hand. You're going to say, not that good. You need to play it with cards that make it good. I will show you cards that make it good. Unfortunately, not yet. Defang is another good protection card. Great way to keep you safe until you can get to where you want to be. Now you're starting to see where the deck comes in. This last part is the deck. So I have 2 of these Ghostly Flickers. Exile 2 target artifact creatures and or lands you control, then return those cards to the battlefield and under your control. For those of you who played Momentary Blink or know what Momentary Blink is, that's the deck. It's got a lot of synergy. There are a lot of come into play abilities, and there are a lot of remove from play ability, or remove and then return to play abilities in this set. Very, very, very good. So, that with Appeal from Reality also gives you the option to bounce your opponent's creatures, bounce a creature you control, and then play it again, and get its ability. So, this guy was a bomb. 3 mana, 3/1, unblockable. Amazing for me all day. Mainly because of this. Silverblade Paladin, Soul Bond. When they are paired, they both have double strike. I won 2 or 3 games with Latch Seeker. He's a monster. He was a good card. Glad I got him. But he works just as good as any of the other cards. I mean, this guy's a 2/3 flyer. It works fine on. He can only block creatures with flying, which kind of sucks. I lost 1 game to that ability, unfortunately. But most of the time, I was able to deal with the low creatures on the ground. But here is the best card in the deck. Costs 4 mana. It's called Mist Raven. I opened this and I went, I'll set that in the Paladin I'm not playing. Enters the battlefield, return target creature to its owner's hand. After I saw my blue pal and one of my other cards that you have yet to see, I was like, Momentary Blink. I'm playing it. So, I played Momentary Blink. Geist Snatch, just a counter spell, 4 mana. You get a 1/1 counter target creature spell. Something for the big scary angels in the set. You know, you don't want to see one of those drop and hit the board because it's basically game. Especially the green-white one because it's hexproof. For 5 mana. 5 mana, 5/5 flying, hexproof. And can't sack creatures. Can't sack anything. He's bad. He's bad. You don't want to see him hit the field. He'll be in standard, and you'll be afraid of him. Shieldmate. Didn't really do much for me. It's Soul Bond, both have hexproof. It was nice occasionally, but a lot of times there's really not a lot of single target removal in this set. There's a lot of bounce, but not a lot of single target removal. And everyone else seemed to think that blue-white was terrible. The first place and second place played blue-white. We both talked about our decks to each other, and we're like, oh, these seem really good. Mist Raven was probably the best card for us all day. Not even with the bounce cards, just the Mist Raven in general. You going, I'm going to play a big scary creature. I'm going to Mist Raven, bounce your big scary creature back to your hand, attack you. And they're like, okay, big scary creature. And you go, attack you again. So they're like, they basically 4 mana, take an extra turn, get a 2/2 creature. If you play it right. So this is one of the cards that I got, one of the rares, that I wasn't real impressed with, but it did work. It did its job. I think I used its ability once. Lone Revenant, hexproof, 4/4 for 5 mana. That was basically the reason I played him. He's a 4/4 hexproof for 5 mana. When he deals combat damage to a player, if he's the only creature you control, look at the top 4 cards of your library, put one in your hand, the rest on the bottom in any order. Again, you want to have more than one creature out. It was nice, I dropped him once with one creature out, and then that was the only time he ever activated. But he's still a 4/4 hexproof, fun to get double strike, fun to do a lot of things with. So, sticking with the momentary blink idea, the remove a card from play, return to play in the same instance. Gryff Vanguard, a 3/2 flyer for 5 mana that says enters the battlefield, draw a card. Very good, very good with this following card. I have Deadeye Navigator, Soulbound. As long as they're paired, both creatures get blue and 1. Exile this creature and return it to the battlefield under your control. So the way this card works is you play this card, boom, and then you go and Soulbond it with Mist Raven. You pay the 2 mana, remove Mist Raven. It loses its Soulbond because Mist Raven has lost the field, or left the field. Mist Raven returns, you Soulbond it again. And you do that again. And you do that again. And you do it again. And you go, you have no creatures on the field, my friend. If they don't deal with Deadeye Navigator right away, he is an amazing, amazing draft and sealed card. He works with the Gryff Vanguard. He works with pretty much any creature because you can remove himself from the field, return it, and Soulbond with another creature that's being targeted with a spell. He's basically infinite hexproof to your creatures if you keep mana up. So I've got my who do I have? Silverblade Paladin. So I've got Silverblade Paladin on the field. Someone targets it with the Destroy Human card, the 1 mana cost card. You pay 2 mana, exile this card from the play, return it to play, pay 2 mana, and then Soulbond it with the Silverblade Paladin, and remove the Silverblade Paladin from the field, return it to play, and Soulbond it to something else. And it is no longer being targeted by the Destroy Human card because it's a new card. And you're happy, your opponent's very pissed, and you basically win the game. So if he stays on the field for 1 turn with you having untapped mana, you probably won the game. Next 2 cards were the I need to deal with something cards. Banishing Stroke. It's 1 mana cost Miracle, 6 mana cost. Just put target artifact, creature, or enchantments on the bottom of the owner's library. I cast it for its Miracle cost once. I never started with my opening hand. It's one of those things that you don't want to play right away. You waste it on a 2/2, and obviously you're screwed. So you want to make sure that you're using this card appropriately. Don't just go Miracle. Take a look at it, put it in your hand if you don't need it. Last card is Archangel. Archangel has always done good work for me since 6th edition. Or 5th edition, actually. The little star edition, whatever that was. But Flying Vigilance, 7 mana, 5/5 flyer. Really not very good at all. But I needed something for late game. I'm good as long as my combo goes off. My combo went off twice. Um, in the How many games did I play? At least 13, 14? No, 12 games. I played 12 games. It went off twice. So, not very good. Um, but like I said, I lost 2 games. One because I drew a crap ton of lands, and the other one um, we need to have a discussion about. So let me go ahead and talk about my land base real quick, and then we'll get into discussion about the other game that I lost. Um, I played 18 lands, I think. Not 18 lands, 17 lands. Played 9 islands and 8 plains. I originally was going to play 16 lands. Wasn't working for me at all. I threw the extra land in there. Perfect all day except for that one game. So I usually try and stick around 16 or 17. Try and keep it 2 colors in the sealed. Every once in a while you'll want to go another color if you can support it, but be very cautious when doing that. So let's talk about this game. This guy tells me that he is a level 1 judge. Obviously a believable folk. But let's give him the doubt. He might be a level 1 judge. He plays a human that costs 4 mana, I believe, and when he enters the battlefield, you choose a creature type. Creature types of the chosen type, or humans you control, have protection from the chosen type. He chose humans against me because I had a Silver Blade and a Moorland Inquisitor out. I play Mistraven and bounce the protection card so that I can get in for some damage. I figure, I can keep doing this for a few turns. I've got my Ghostly Flicker. So we'll do that. And I bounce that, and he goes, all right, that's fine. They still have protection from humans. And I went, what? That's not how magic works. I was like, if it was a permanent effect, it would give you an emblem that says you have protection from humans. Or creatures you control have protection from humans. He continued to go on and insist that he was right. We asked 4 or 5 other people in the general vicinity, and I was right, put simply. But I want to give that to you guys so that you can go, well, if I'm not sure about something, I should probably ask someone. Get a second opinion, preferably from a judge. In my case, the judge was the one telling me the wrong thing because I was playing him. But you want to get a second opinion if you can from someone else, if it doesn't sound right or if it doesn't sound like it should work. There are a lot of combos that don't sound like they should work that actually do. I'm trying to. We won at Worlds that we did with the milling. You mill yourself to death and then return cards from your graveyard, and that kind of crazy thing to just start bringing the stuff back just for no mana and have this huge field and be like, my turn, attack, kill you. We had judges call on us all the time for that kind of deck. But that's what you want to do as a good Magic player. You want to question if you don't think something's right. Even if something sounds semi-reasonable, you want to question it. He continued to go on the next game and pull out a Scroll of Grizzlebrand, which is sack it, target opponent discards a card. If you control a demon, that player loses 3 life. Sacked it, drew a card, gained 3 life, and I was like, I don't think that's how it works, my friend. So, we had a bit of a problem with that game, but, again, just make sure that you know what your cards do. In a higher level game, they'll give you a game loss or a warning for that. You don't want that to happen. Make sure that you know what your opponent's cards do. Don't let something hit the field and try and take it back a few turns later or anything like that. But basically the one game I lost was to a Silverblade Paladin with the protection from humans. So I really just had no option, nothing to do with it. Just kind of kind of went out of control. He brought it back in and was like, humans have protection from birds. And I was like, well, I'm screwed now because the bird can't blink. um, but there's a lot of good cards, a lot of cards that I plan on putting in my Niapod. Um, and I would be playing in the sealed today if I could. Unfortunately, I cannot. I have to work, which sucks. But I'm starting my old schedule back. I shouldn't be anywhere near as busy as I was during tax season. I should have a lot more time. So again, guys, let me know what's going on, what you want me to be playing down below. If you want to see more Star Wars, if you want to see more Minecraft, if you want to see me play a game that I don't have, let me know, and I'll see what I can do. But until then, guys, let me know what you think of the deck that I played. Again, I don't think it was a great draw. There were a lot of cards that I didn't see in white that I really wanted to. There was the lifelink card and the other blink card, the Restore Angel, the flash and blink, and fun things like that that I didn't see. So I don't feel like it's as strong as it could have been, but I feel like it was a good deck. A lot better than a lot of the decks that I saw. But this video is getting kind of long. It's obviously a deck analysis. It was going to be. But again, let me know what you guys want to see. And I've got a lot of new subscribers, and I really appreciate you guys subscribing and keeping with me throughout my little drought of content. So I'll get some new stuff up for you guys, and I'll see you later.